What's going on, backpackers and campers? My name is Dave, and this channel is called Off Grid. And on this channel, I like to talk about all things backpacking, hiking, camping, and gear. And today, I'm going to be talking about what kind of pillow I guess I should be saying, like pondering the question, what kind of pillow will be right for you in the backcountry? I've got 4 different types of pillows I'm going to be talking about today. So let's just dive right into them. The 4 that I'm going to be talking about today, the first one is going to be the classic tried and true just inflatable air pillow. The second one that I'm going to be talking about is going to be more of a I guess like a stuffed pillow that has some synthetic abilities to it. And then the third one that I'm going to be talking about is going to be more of a recycled material, also kind of like a compressible type of pillow. And then the last one I'm going to be talking about is going to be a combo of both of those. So it's going to be part inflatable and then also part memory foam style. So let's just dive right in. We got a lot of good stuff to cover today. The first one I'm going to talk about here is going to be, and I know I mentioned that there's going to be like 4 different types, but one of the types, like the synthetic fill, is kind of going to be a little bit of a crossover. Let me show you what I mean, so let's just dive right into that right now. This pillow right here was I think it was the first one that I ever bought specifically for camping. This is by a Chinese knockoff brand called like Red Camp, and they just call this the flannel pillow, 50 by 30 centimeters. And this is one of the synthetic fill types. Again, this is a compressible pillow. It has its own carry sack here that it comes in. Pull it out here for you. Not the easiest to get into this thing. So definitely not one of the easiest carry methods. But here it is. I think I used this for like a few nights. I don't even think I washed it. It smells like an Esbit cube. It's gross. Definitely don't pack your fire starter cubes in with everything else. But I'm noticing here that it has a little zipper. So it looks like the outer sleeve here you can kind of like toss in the laundry. So that's pretty good. I think I got this for, I don't even know, I think it was like under 20 bucks. But quickly realized, I don't know if you can see it here, but not a lot of loft on this guy. I don't know what the fill is on this one, but I know it's different than the next one I'm going to talk about. But yeah, not a lot of fill here. I know that my buddy Jeff over at Dose of Dirt uses this in conjunction with an inflatable pillow to kind of give it some loft, a little bit more loft, but also comfortability. But tried to use this and my neck was like killing me. Not really great. The overall size though is not that bad. It's pretty decent for, you know, big dome like myself. You know, it definitely has decent enough coverage as far as the overall size, but not a lot of loft on this. And like I said, trying to pack this away wasn't that good. So for me, this one was a bust. And I quickly moved over into a different type. So let's just get into that one right now. I actually have 2 different examples. This is by Thermarest. This quickly is like my new favorite. This is their small compressible pillow. And then I also have one that is unfurled here to kind of show you the differences here. This is the medium, so this is a little bit bigger. I got this for car camping, a little bit more coverage. And the small one here is for backpacking. The weight, I don't know if I talked about it for the first one. I actually don't know what it is. If I can remember, I'll throw it up on screen for you guys, but I think it might be a little bit lighter than this one. The small one here is 7.5 ounces on my scale, and I think the medium is, I don't know, somewhere around like 9 to 10 ounces, maybe 12. I don't know. I don't really care about the weight, but look at the loft on that. That is insane. I don't even know what that is if I were to measure it. On the medium here, it looks like it's almost like 6 inches of loft. It's really high. And then on the small here, it's a little bit less, maybe like 4 or 5 inches. I think this one is really perfect for backpacking. It's definitely a little bit heavier of an option, but the fill here is what is different. Again, I mentioned the difference in that. I don't know, I think that's just a synthetic fill. I don't know what they use as far as like fibers and whatnot to kind of like pump that up. This one has like a recycled foam material in it. I don't know if it's bamboo or something else, but it definitely has like little bits of foam in it. You can kind of feel it, but it more closely resembles the one that you have at home, particularly if you have some sort of recycled or memory foam type of material at home. This one puffs up quite a lot. When you get to camp, Fluff this one up, unfurl it, get it out of its little sleeve here. It has little pockets you can like roll it into and cinch it down, and just let it puff up, and you'll have a really puffed up pillow for sleep when you're ready to get into your tent or hammock or whatever. The only like downside that I can kind of see on this one is when you're trying to stuff this back in, because it's so puffed up, I can kind of see like either this elastic cinch here or the seams around it, the sewn seams kind of ripping over time, because you really got to like jam it in there to compact it down, and it doesn't compact down that much, just like the other Red Cam pillow didn't. But ultra lofty, ultra comfortable. Really dig this option for backpacking and car camping, so that is definitely my primary or go-to. The third one that I can talk about right now is going to be the tried and true inflatable pillow. I actually don't even own one because I knew right away that it wasn't going to be for me. And a lot of channels talk about it, guys, and I think it's just one thing that like you either know that you're going to be comfortable on a pillow like that or you're not. They have a lot of different options. The Trekology 2.0 is one of the most popular ones out there. Has the snap, it has the strap that you can kind of go around the your pad, your inflatable pad, and a lot of people like it. It has a decent amount of loft. It only weighs 3 point something ounces, definitely on the lighter end. And you can get potentially even lighter pillows. They're usually around like the 3 ounce mark, so they're definitely going to be one of the lightest options that you can go with. But if you're like me, it's like sleeping on like a firm rock or something. It is just not comfortable at all. They've tried to mitigate that. I'll get into that with my next example here to try and kind of like take away some of that firmness or that stiffness. You can obviously, some of them have valves where you can kind of push it and deflate it a little bit, so you know you can get it a little less firm, but really it's just kind of like pushing air from one side to the next, so it still is really firm and just not comfortable for me. And that's probably why I have so many options to show you guys today, and why I've purchased so many. I definitely have to offload some of these, but yeah, air pillows are just not for me. My fiance has one, and she digs it for like her legs or something like that, but we both kind of quickly realized that like a pillow like that is not good for your head for sleeping at night. So I really can't recommend that to anybody. Like the last one that I have to show for you guys is the ultra premium, ultra expensive. This one is actually a backcountry, I don't know if you can see that, backcountry conjunction exclusive. This is the Nemo, I've heard it called Philo Pillow or Philo, or I don't even know how you pronounce it, but ended up picking this one up. I forget how much it was. Oh, the other ones like the Thermarest is somewhere around like $20 or $25 depending on the size that you get. Really not that bad. Again, I think the Red Camp or the inflatable pillows are probably going to be some of the cheapest options that you can go for. $10, under $20, something like that. Really not that bad. I think this one was closer to $40, and I was going to actually show this to you guys and kind of like unfurl it like I did with the other ones, but it was so difficult to get back into its little sleeve that they have integrated into this that I was like, I'm not even gonna do it. So I didn't, but basically it has this little latch back here with Velcro, and it has a sleeve, and I think, yeah, it has a little cinch here, so if you finally do wrangle it in here, you can kind of, you know, put it, you know, in its own carry sack. The fact that it's integrated, a lot of people like that, because if it's stitched here, you don't lose it. There's no potential for losing it, but the Thermarest does a really good job at that as well. And then once you kind of have it like puffed up, you just throw it in the back here, and it's integrated into the back. And again, it has this little Velcro, and you're kind of good to go. That goes in the back portion too, not where your head is, so you don't have to worry about any kind of like, you know, stuff bunching up on you. It has a little loop here. I don't know what the hell you'd use that for, but whatever, it's there. And then here, this is the combo pillow. So it's got, as you can see here, a little bit of memory foam here, a little bit of loft. So maybe it's a little bit better for you hammock sleepers who just want something really thin and not jacking your head up too high. But it also has this valve here on the side, so let's blow this up and show you what it looks like. You hear that? and then it has a little, you know, a lockdown twist. But as you probably heard right there, it doesn't have like a one-way valve. So if you move your mouth away from it, it'll start to blow air back out. So you have to have a little bit of finesse on there. But basically what it is, it's got an air chamber down here, and then you've got that memory foam here on top. So you can see you can blow it up to be a little bit thicker. I think this is probably midway. I don't think I expanded it all the way. But again, with the valve, you can kind of play with it, let some air out, and you know, have a little bit smaller of a pillow, get a little less of that air out, and just kind of adjust it to your overall height. I know a lot of backpackers love this guy right here, but I wasn't a fan. I don't think that the memory foam topper right here, I forget how thick that is, maybe it's somewhere around 1 inch, something like that, but I don't think it was thick enough to mitigate the stiffness of that air bladder. So again, if you're really bothered by that air bladder, that air chamber type of pillow like I am, then this will not do it for you either. So that's what I thought with this one. I was like, oh, maybe I can kind of do something in between here and find that, you know, ultimate comfort. But didn't find it with this pillow either, so this one's going to be going up for sale pretty soon as well. Nemo's a really good brand. I really love their insulated pad that I have, the Nemo Tensor insulated. So they make a really great, comfortable pad, but not for a pillow, not for my head and neck. And again, this one actually, I don't think I mentioned the weight on this guy, but this one is the heaviest. This one's actually 9 ounces. So you'd think with, you know, the combo of more of the synthetic or memory foam fill and the air chamber, it would actually be somewhere in between you know, just like a regular inflatable pillow or the Thermarest, but it actually weighs more than my small Thermarest pillow by about 1.5 ounces. So the heaviest option that's out there, and still not that comfortable. So this one is going to the curb for me as well. So those are your options, guys. That's what you have to choose from for a backpacking or camping pillow when you're out in the field. And again, you know, if you're car camping, just bring your pillow from home. You can do that as well. You don't have to purchase one of these things and try to rock with that. But specifically, if you are going out backpacking, those are the different options that you have to choose from. Those are kind of like the pros and cons. I really just did kind of like a quick overview of all these. I might do a versus video with some of them in the future to kind of dive into a little bit more of the specs and the overall comfortability and whatnot. But I think it's clear what my ultimate winner is in this particular realm. It's definitely going to be the Thermarest compressible pillow. And really, like for me, my own personal preference is really like a memory foam style of pillow, but trying to find one that's a little bit lighter weight, right? But at 7.5 ounces, almost half a pound, that definitely is a heavy option when I'm out in the field. But when I go out, I definitely ride more for comfort rather than just kind of like going with the lightest weight possible. Particularly with your sleep, you want to make sure that you're sleeping the most that you can when you're out there, so you can recuperate and hit the next day strong. But that's it, guys. That's my overview of some camp pillows for you, and I want to know what your thoughts are down below. Let me know what kind you like to use. Am I just completely wrong in my overall opinions of these different pillows? What do you like about the pillows that you use? What do you dislike about it? A lot of different things that we can talk about as far as camp pillows goes. So I think I might end up diving into, I probably will in the future, on some more of these options for you guys to choose from. But thanks so much for watching this week, guys. I really appreciate you. Remember, if you're headed off grid, make sure you do your research and you make it a safe one. I'll catch you guys next week.